I'm Dr. David Silberklang, Senior Historian at Yad Vashem, and today I'd like to address some of the basic questions about the Holocaust that are most Googled these days by people interested in the subject. And the question I'd like to address at this time is, why didn't the Jews of Germany leave or fight back? Well, let me begin the answer with a very brief story. In October of 1938, a young boy named Ignat Bubis, a German Jewish boy, was evicted from Germany by the German government, along with 17,000 other Jews whose origins were in Poland. He ended up with his family moving to a town in Poland where they had some family, a little town in eastern Poland called Dęblin. In the spring of 1942, his parents, his siblings were all killed. He was hidden, and he survived. And decades later, he became the head of the German Jewish community. His story kind of encapsulates part of the answer to why didn't the Jews leave. The answer is actually that many Jews left. In the first year of the Nazi regime, 52,000 Jews left Germany, 10% of the Jewish community. But 1/3 of those people who left came back, because when they left and they had gone to neighboring countries, they found that it was impossible to live there. They couldn't get a job, they couldn't find a place to live, and they encountered lots of local hostility. Who are you foreigners? We don't want you people around, especially not Jews. And still, during the course of the 1930s until the outbreak of World War II, altogether about half of the German Jews left Germany, and about 60% of the Austrian Jews left Germany. The German Jews were about 2/3 of 1% of the population of Germany when the Nazis came to power in January 1933. And of course, as they emigrated, they became a smaller and smaller percentage. What they faced was an entire society that had turned against them, the majority of their friends who had turned against them, and their own government that was engaging in persecution, laws, decrees, and violence in order to force them to leave the country and to push them out of society. So of course, fighting back physically was not reasonable. Fight back with what? Fight back how? Fight back against 99% of the country? That's quite a task. Fighting back legally, they tried. In the first year of the Nazi regime, Jews could still go to court and try to win a case against being pushed out of a job or something like that. But within a year or a little bit more of Nazi Germany, the court system had become completely Nazi. No Jew stood a chance of winning any case in any court. No Jew stood a chance of being protected by any policeman anywhere in the Third Reich. They were completely at the mercy of all those around them and their own government. Fighting back was impossible. Fleeing was possible as long as somebody would take them in. And that, too, they found was not very easy, which is why half left, but most of the other half couldn't.